before we start this, I'll leave all names, all places, besides maybe white hair. Leave it all out of the picture. Not that anybody was harmed in the duration of this story. Nobody was harmed. But just to be sure that nobody's reputation besides my own is ruined. I can handle that, you know. So I'll tell you. Tell me. Yeah, so I was about last summer this happened, I guess. I was hanging out on White Ave. We all like hanging out on White Ave sometimes. Lots of stuff going on, people busking the fringe and all that stuff. I was feeling so lonely, all by myself. And it had been so long since I'd, made love, you know. Since I got down, getting frisky, you know how it goes. Sometimes you just, that's what a guy needs to get by. So I went off the beaten path. I walked a few blocks back to a park just over there. And when I got there, I seen this lovely woman, just beautiful, I tell you. Took me by surprise. She was sitting all by herself. So I went and I sat beside her. I said, "Hey, baby, how you doing? How you doing, man? Well, you know, like that. Hey, baby." She didn't mind one bit. She was all for it. So I started using every damn move I knew. Every move in the book. I was using every line. Cheese ball line, don't matter what it was. And she liked what I was putting down. So anyways, I says, "Hey baby, you want to come back to my place? I don't live too far." She says, "You know, I would, but I got things I gotta do, you know. But I got a plan for you, Danny boy. You go on home." And I trusted her, so I left her with my address. I gave her my address. I said, "This is where I live. I'm putting this in your hands and your trust. Help me out, come on back." But what happened was, about a half hour later, there was a knocking on my door. That's right. Now, I opened it up, and there was a beautiful blonde, a brunette, and a redhead. Three of them, man. 1, 2, 3. Holy shit, man. So I says, come on into this house. And that's what they did. They came right on in. Now we was getting it on in the kitchen. Damn right we was getting on in the kitchen. We was getting it on in the hall. I was getting some on my fingers. So I wiped it right on the wall. Yeah. Now the next morning comes around. We'll just skip the rest of the details, but next morning comes around and I was feeling curious as to who was this woman that I had met. So I gave her a call. I did get a number. I gave her a call. I says, "Oh man, how did you provide such a good time for old Danny boy? That's so much more than I ever asked for. Who the hell are you? What the hell are you involved in? How did you pull this out for me?" You know, and so I'm gonna tell you what she's all about. Can I tell you what this woman do? I'll tell you what the woman's all about. Should we tell them? I'll tell you what she told me. Yeah, she's a pimp. Any question? Yeah, she's a pimp. No. Any question? Oh, she's a pimp. That's right. Any question? Lord, she's a pimp. Any question? Oh, she's a pimp. Any question? That's right, she's a pimp. Any question? Lord, she's a pimp. weeks later, here I was still rolling in the pleasure of what had happened. And I was at a friend's house. As I said, I won't mention any names, but he's a good friend of mine, I tell you. And it's all right helping our friends, ain't that right? You ever heard that song with a little help from my friends? It's all right helping out your friends. So he says, Danny boy, man, it's been way too long. I said, too long since what, man? And he says, since I got it on. Since I had some good luck. Oh, man, well, I got an idea. I really do. He says, I think I'll help you out with that. He said, you do that for me, Danny boy? Not firsthand, my man. Not firsthand. Hell no. So what I did was I got on the telephone. And you can guess who I called. Yeah, you know who I called. And she says, Danny boy, you calling so soon? Oh, this ain't for me. This for a friend of mine. He said, what kind of ladies your friend like? What kind of ladies did he like, Nigel? Don't tell him what kind of ladies he like. Oh, man. What kind of friend? Yeah, the black booty. He said he likes the big black booty. Big and round, man. Blocking out the sun. Blocking out the sun. Suffocating you. Drowning you in that big bosom. And she said, your friend is in luck. We got some of them from down south, down in New Orleans. We got some from Brooklyn, New York City. Oh, yeah. So I went home. I left my friend to his business. But he calls me up the next morning. He says, Danny boy, I knew you was a ladies' man, but not that good. He said, who did you call? I told him. You mind if I tell my friend who this woman was? I'll tell him. I'll tell him. Let's tell him, fellas. I'll tell you what this woman's all about. I'll tell him, all right. That's right. That's right. Oh, she's a pimp. Any questions? Oh, she's a pimp. That's right. Any questions? She's a pimp. Yeah. Any questions? No, she's a pimp. Any questions? She's a pimp. Any questions? Say, she's a pimp. Any questions? No, she's a pimp. Any questions? She's a pimp. Any questions? Yeah, and this is how it goes.